There are times where it may appear as though we are not putting any consideration into your emotions, but we are very aware and concerned at the same time. The overstanding that men need women to grasp is that men need to love themselves. Women are the core of a man's life, but men cannot provide women with the love that they need and desire if men don't take the time to love themselves. In doing so, ladies, you must understand that we need the time to love on ourselves. If men spend all of their time loving women without loving themselves, they will burn out. Time is needed for all of us to be able to refill, and so that we may be able to continue to impart into each other. All men are different in this manner. Some pray to refill, others meditate to refill, and some men go to the gym to lift weights, play ball or box. And you even have some that play video games to refill. And these are moments that men need. Men have to take out time to themselves and to love on themselves. And it is essential to the balance needed in the duality of the relationship between men and women. Yes, ladies, there has to be balance to this time. Men can't spend so much time loving themselves that they forget to show that love to women as well. Yet, women can't be consumed with receiving all of our love and that we are drained to love ourselves. Too drained to love ourselves. There must be balance. Ultimately, self-love is just as important to men as it is to women. We need you to know and understand that these moments that we are engaged in loving ourselves, we have not forgotten about you in the process. We love you, and it is with love we are saying it's not always about you. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. King's Court is officially in session. I hope everybody is ready for today because it is about to go all the way up today. And not only do we get to spend the next 2 hours together chopping it up, discussing about life, but the book release party has the day has finally come. It's finally come. Make sure y'all come out tonight. Join us out at Club Tilt. We'll start at 5 o'clock, going from 5 to 8. Technically, I'm shutting that joint down. I'm going to let you know now. Or not, I'm saying 5 to 8, but I'll be there until the doors actually close. Make sure y'all come out and check us out. Or not, Slick, Yolanda, I see y'all in the chat. Good morning. Blessings and love to both of y'all. I know we got a few others that are watching as well. Blessings and love to everybody that's listening. You already know what time it is. I know exactly what time it is. But before we do anything, I need everybody under the sound of my voice to go like, share, and follow. Like, share, and follow the Frequency CO. The Frequency CO. We're about to get deep into things. Go ahead, call your friends. Everybody, look, the king is on. Let them know. Right now because we're about to get it cracking. If you're at work, you already know what it is. Go close that door. Turn this up so we can get into this discussion. If you don't have an office, hit your cubicle. Put your ear pods in, whatever it is that you need to do. Turn it up so that we can get into this discussion. If you're at home with the kiddos, and I know by now just about every kid is out of school, turn something on and that will keep their attention for the next 2 hours and so that we can get into the thick of things. All right? But I'm telling you, it's about to be a great day. I've been on like 10,000 for the last 3 days. And now the day is actually here, so that's about to amplify times 3. So I know We about to have a lit show right now. As always, I got to give a shout out to the frequency for allowing me to be the brain, the King's Court over, and so that I'm able to actually be able to talk to everyone right now the way that we're talking. Got to give a shout out to my man 420 that's over there. Without him, you wouldn't see nor hear me right now. So definitely got to give a shout out to him. Always got to give a shout out to the queen of the building, Miss Lady Latina. I believe she's on her way. If not, we would definitely see her tonight. And then I got my partner, my 18 partner to the left of me as well, or whatnot, making sure that I don't miss no comments or anything of that nature. Throwing his word in as well. My man David. Man, I be want to call him by his by the name that I've been calling him for like 30 years, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It be that way when you've been knowing somebody for so doggone long. Well, look, we're gonna close out the topic that we've been talking about the last few shows, which is fathers stand up. 9 times out of 10, the first half of the show is we're gonna close this out, and then what I would like to do, if we get through it, is allow the viewers to be able to ask a few questions, and we're gonna answer them live and in action. All right, pretty much the same thing that we're gonna be doing tonight. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. Definitely gonna be interesting. But as always, we gotta go take care of a few bills. We'll be back to officially bring the court into session in a few minutes. We'll be right back. The King has spoken. And we are back. It's time to officially bring the King's Court into session. The topic of today is the final part of Fathers Stand Up. That's what we've been talking about for the last 2 sessions. That's what we're going to close out with today. We talked about the importance of having fathers in the home and just the role that we actually play in the home, which is highly, highly, highly important. Society has placed it and made it to where our role has been minimized to being nothing but a paper father in some cases, and in doing so, it has in essence made our role to be invaluable, when in all honesty our role is priceless, the same way the role of the mother is priceless. I made the comment the other day that there is not one problem that is going on in this earth right now that we can't stem back to the relationship between men and women. Not one. Everything that we see in society, everything that we see going on in this world from a humanity standpoint stems from that relationship. And a part of that relationship is being mothers and fathers. And it is highly, 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 highly important. But there's another piece to this that is near and dear to my heart. And as of late, this role has been getting attacked. And quite frankly, to be honest with everyone, I feel some type of way about it. I really do. Because within the book, I give, I think, 4 major descriptions or classifications of fathers. And the one piece that I did not talk about was the role of the stepfather. Or as some people like to say, the step in or the step up father. As of late, you have a lot of men and some women or whatnot considering these jokers to be simps, which I hate that word altogether, solely because there is no investment in taking care of a child that is not yours. Now, that's not to say that I do not understand their point of view and where it is that they actually coming from. Because I've been there. Been there. I know what it's like to take care of a child that is not yours, and then once y'all break up, it's almost like you didn't exist. And you didn't benefit anything from it. You know exactly what it is. But the reality of it is that you cannot control who it is that I love. Not even that individual. You just can't. The relationship and that we have to this day is not exactly the way that I would like it to be. But he's still considered to be my son. And he can call me right now in the midst of this doggone podcast. Now, I assure you, I will send us to commercial break and I will pick up. If he needed something right here, right now, and I have it, it is good as his. And I have and will always love him to this day. See, what has happened is that we have become so superficial in our thoughts and in how we process things, and so self-centered in how we do things, that we miss out on the beauty of the intangible things. Don't need anything from him at all. The same way you don't need anything from your kids. At least not yet. At some period of point in time, you're going to get old, you're going to get gray, things of that particular nature. You might not be able to do things for yourself. And guess what? Your kids, to include those stepchildren, if you do what it is that you're supposed to do as a parent, they are going to take care of you. If you need anything, or you need some type of return on investment, there it is. When you get to the point where you can barely walk, barely feed yourself, and you're wearing the pins, can't wipe your own butt, them kids that you spent all that time imparting into, loving on, protecting, providing for, they are going to be the ones that are going to be there to ensure that you're okay. They are. So for the people that feel like there is no ROI on raising someone else's children, there it is right there. There it is. It's the long game. But the thing about it is we have become a microwave society. We want everything quick. We want everything quick. Oh, I raised this joker. For 10 years of his life, he went to the NBA and ain't say nothing about me. So, so the reality of it is, yeah, you imparted 10 years into it, and his mom did all 18, 21, 24, however many years it is, or that it took for him to get there. So why wouldn't he say something about his mama versus you? Then quite frankly, if you're doing it for the accolades, you're not doing it for the right reason anyway. Because quite frankly, if we had more men and that would step up, step in to these roles, then maybe, just maybe, the way that our communities look wouldn't be the way that they are now. Have you ever thought about that? Because I'm a firm believer, and if this is the first time that I'm saying it, I assure you it would not be the last. I'm a firm believer that there needs to be a father in every single home. Every single home. Yes, we have instances and places where and there have not been fathers in the home, but that child came out to be great. But for me, that questions what do we consider to be greatness? Are we saying that these individuals are great because they finished high school, went to college, and got a job? Does that make them great? Because, quite frankly, I've never been a respecter of title. I'm all for going to college, getting degrees and things of that particular nature. But let's not get it twisted. That degree does not make the individual. You can be a doctor, a surgeon in there saving lives, then going home and going upside the head of their significant other. That counselor that has that PhD, it could be a straight a-hole in the world. That lawyer and that's defending innocent people could be just as crooked as the people that he don't defend. The title doesn't make the character at all. I think what has happened is that we have had so many stories like this, and that people feel like we're really not necessary. Our roles really aren't necessary. LeBron James, great example. He's a wonderful father, husband, been with the same woman since high school. Never seen him in the tabloids or in the news with no scandals like you've seen others. Obviously, his mother did a great job raising him. But just imagine how much greater of a person he would actually be. That father was in the house. It'd be amplified. We think and we believe that just because they simply came out to be good, or what a lot considered to be great, that it couldn't be better. When the reality of it is just simply not true. Sat back and had conversations with individuals that grew up without their fathers. Great individuals. And the vast majority of them that I know that are like that, they looked at the absence of their fathers and what it was that they were looking for, what it was that they wanted, what it was that they felt they needed. And that is the source that they use in order to be better fathers to their children. But how much greater of a father would they be had that father been in the home, and they would have been able to see firsthand how to actually be a father, versus having to deal with all the scars and all the pain of not having that individual there, and having to learn how to love through pain. But we are a generation that feels that it is better to learn from experience from experience. When, for me, that just doesn't make sense. If I tell my child not to touch that doggone hot stove and they go and touch it, how is that experience going to help them? Yes, they know and they understand, and that I'm never going to touch this hot stove again, but they still have to live with the scars and those burn marks. Versus me telling them not to touch that stove. When they reach out to try and touch it anyway, I tap them hands. That's a temporary. Temporary. We ain't leaving no scars. They feelings gonna be hurt in a moment. But they have been saved from an experience that causes them unnecessary scars. I'm not a believer in the fact that you have to go through multiple relationships, getting tossed to and fro, hurt and everything else, in order for you to learn how to operate, function, and be in a relationship. And trust and believe, I am the prime example of it, which is the reason why I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. I've had several failed relationships, having to go back and look at what it is that I did wrong in these particular relationships in order to become the man that I am, when, quite frankly, had I had my father in the home consistently and would have been able to learn everything it is that I need to learn from both my father and my mother in reference to being in a relationship, I would have took that versus having to go through all the heartache, the pain, tears being shed. And we're not even going to include how it affected the kids that were involved. Why do we feel like we need to go through unnecessary pain, unnecessary wounds and scars in order to learn something? It doesn't make sense. And quite frankly, I don't know any other species that goes through it but us. Why? Wisdom is being able to take the experience and the knowledge of someone else and being able to apply it into your life so that you won't make those same mistakes. That's just what it is. And you see it all the time. You talk about one of those things that we don't talk about too often, and that's molestation within our community. You got molested by that uncle and decided not to say anything. And you, instead of doggone saying something, you just said, I'm going to keep my kids away from them. I'm going to keep my kids away from them. That way they'll never have to experience what it is that I experienced. Then one day, you have to drop your kids off at grandma's house, and guess who's there? And they just went through the exact same experience that you was trying to keep them from. Versus speaking out. Just doesn't make sense. Then do you know how painful it would have to be for that child if they do speak out, for them to find out that you knew that this individual was like this the entire time? You're supposed to be the one that is protecting them. And ultimately, your decision left them vulnerable. See, when it comes down to things of that particular nature, we don't want them to experience things of that nature, because that's considered to be a life-threatening scar, which it is. And things of this particular nature, not only do you kill that individual or that child's innocence, you kill a portion of their soul as well. But the little things that we could prevent them from, just, it's okay. They need to experience it. No, they really don't. They don't at all. Which is the reason why I say that it is highly, highly important for there to be a father in every home, whether it is the biological or whether it is a stepfather. And granted, I know how it is. I know individuals that biological wasn't there, and they had a stepfather that was there but wasn't. If you're not ready, or if you're not willing to love that child as though it's your own, leave the mama alone. Because in that instance, although I do not like to call people selfish, that's exactly what it is. You're only there for your own selfish reasons, self-gratitude. That's just what it is. And stepfathers, I applaud y'all, especially the ones that's doing what it is they're supposed to be doing. I applaud y'all. Because I had a stepfather as well. And I gave that joker pure tea. You know what it is I'm trying to say. I mean, we fought every day. And things really didn't change until I got older. And quite frankly, they would have never changed had he not given me my baby sister. That's when our relationship started to actually change. But that was just me being young, dumb, immature, and some everything else. But the role that he was trying to play was really important. And quite frankly, I was wrong in what it was that I was doing. Because there was a lot that this man wanted to teach me, was trying to teach me, but I never let him in. I never gave him a chance. And quite frankly, the reason behind it was the method in which he came into my home. Well, my father's home, rather. I was having a hard time respecting him. You sleeping in the same bed that my doggone daddy slept in for 20 years. I can't respect that. Which is the reason why when I became a stepfather, I wanted no parts of it. Now we got to get up out of here. Let's go. We're gonna sell this right here. Let's go get out. But when I think back on it, there were so many things that I could have learned from him. He was a mechanic, knew how to work on cars. Yes, I know a little bit, but I could know way more. I just spent $600 getting brake pads and rotors done on a team van yesterday. That's something that I could have did myself. Still could have did it myself because that's something that I do know how to do. But there's so many other things that I could have been taught how to do. And quite frankly, we liked some of the same things. He was a track star. And this joker was old in the mug. I remember being 13 years old, racing this joker, and he dusted me. I'm talking about that time. I think he was in his 60s. Blew me out the water. I'm sitting here looking at this old man back, and I thought I was fast back then. There was so many things that he could have taught me that I rejected. So I get it. I know and I understand the struggle. So I encourage each and every last stepfather out there that is going through that, got that knucklehead that don't want to have no parts of you. Keep chipping away. He'll give in. They'll give in eventually. The biggest thing is being able to gain their respect. The worst thing that you can do is come in and try and just throw your weight around, put your foot down, and everything else. That's the worst thing that you can actually do. Gain their respect first. Gain their respect. Show them that you really, truly love their mother. And I assure you, it'll break the walls down. Been there, done that. Been a victim of it. But the roles are highly, highly, highly important. They are necessary, they are needed. They're necessary and they are needed. And for me, you play one of the biggest roles because it takes a big heart, and to be to love, care for, protect, provide, do all the things that an actual biological father is supposed to do for a child, and that didn't come from you. So I applaud you. I really do. We all do. Don't listen to these underdeveloped men and women out here that are calling y'all simps. Keep doing what it is that you're doing because you are truly making a difference in this world. But y'all already know what it is. We got to go pay some bills. We're going to put the King's Court into recess for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to come back and get things cracking. We're going to get a little bit deeper. All right. We'll be back shortly. The King has spoken. And we are back. King's Court is officially back in session. If you're just now joining us and you missed the first half, it is okay. We was talking about the importance of fathers, specifically stepfathers, in the lives of our kids. All right, that's what we've been talking about. The last couple of sessions, the topic of the discussion has been fathers stand up. I really want to be able to engage the audience on this half of the show. I see there's a couple of people that's on, so need you to say something. Just reach out and touch me real quick. Say something on the line. That way I know you're still there. Or not, because I like to have a discussion with y'all. Y'all ask me a few questions, and we're going to get it cracking from there. What's up, Lucretia? I see you in there. Rika, I see you there as well. Bless up to everybody. Yes, we is going to make history tonight. How you doing, Miss Yolanda? All right, so see, we got a couple of y'all in there. If y'all have any questions for the King, please throw them into the chat like right now because we about to get it cracking. It's a lot of stuff been near and dear to the heart. There's been a lot of talk about the Wayne Wade's comment. I still haven't been able to go back and read the
I'm behind.
article.
What comment?
He was talking about how he is not the head of the household in his house. He lets his wife lead.
Oh,
But,
so his wife turned his boy into a woman. And he let it go.
I have no idea.
Or is that a different subject matter for a different day?
It might be. It might be, but
Transgender children.
yeah.
Are they old enough to know
Right.
if they feel a certain way?
Actually, it falls in line with what it is that we have been talking about already, which is the importance of fathers being in the home. For real. Because, like I said, what I saw on Facebook the other day in reference to that TikTok, the lady out there twerking and everything else, and then next thing you know, it's a line of her three sons coming behind her twerking better than what she was. Yeah, that ain't happening.
I don't get the media and everybody in social media going after Boozy when he said something about Dwayne Wade and their child and how he lived. He was right.
Yeah.
How was he old enough to decide them kind of decisions?
He's not.
And then even Mike Tyson, his daughter, because she's trans or whatever or something. Mike Tyson's about to go in on him like hands on, talking about you pissed my daughter off with your statement. But I'm with Boozy. I think it's a lack of fathers that's in here that's got all these kids fucked up in the head.
Yep. And then you have those
These boys want to be women.
You have those underdeveloped men, and that
Little Lottie Yachty now has a nail polish line for men. Nail polish for men. I seen a new product out there called War Paint, makeup for men.
My son last night, my son Tobias last night came to me and was like, "Daddy, can I get my ears pierced?" I said, "Not in this house." Not in this house. Don't get me wrong. I got a lot of friends or whatnot that got their ears pierced. Some got one, some got both. Not in this house.
That's different. Cultures throughout history, men have been piercing their ears.
I know. I'm just saying. Not in this house. When I asked him, I was like, "So you want to start dressing like a girl?" He's like, "No." And I was like, "All right then." All right then. Now, but I get that piece. That's simple. Now, because even our culture did things of that particular nature, but no, especially some of the things that come with it. Some of the things that come with it. Nope, we're not about to put you through that. It's all let him get his ears pierced. Nope, not in this house. I told him when he turned 18, I'd take him to go get his first tattoo. That's what we'll do. That's my compromise. If he turned 18 and want to go ahead and do it, he can do it. That's cool. But not while he with me. It's not happening. I have no. And it ain't even about no boy girl thing when it come down to that for me. I just don't like a lot of. I know dudes that got both ears pierced, nose piercing, mouth piercings, things of that nature. Or not. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. I don't want you to be one of them jokers that got 20 doggone piercings all in their face and everything else because you think it's cool. No.
His face though. If you want to look fucked up.
It's my face. It's my face till he leave my house. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I got friends that are like that. My homegirl, JoJo, man, she stayed with piercings, or whatnot. Every time I turn around, she getting a new piercing, which is cool, but nah, for me, it's just a standard that's gonna be maintained. And the only thing that I'm trying to really point out is not about the actual earrings or anything of that particular nature. It's about being able to control the direction that your kids actually go. Because you don't have to say yes to everything. And I think we are that way because our parents told us no so much.
Most generations had to do what their parents said until now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch that movie Generational Gap or Generational Wealth?
No, I ain't had a chance. It's on my calendar for Sunday this weekend. I did get the clip though. I did get the clip that you sent me, and I can't wait to actually
you would honestly 100% look at money different and wealth and what true wealth is.
Well, I look at money differently now anyway, so it might confirm some stuff that I already dog.
Because in reality, wealth don't have shit to do with money.
At all. At all. Next time y'all in church, right? Then your pastor will start talking about tithing. I want you to put some lettuce, or some type of vegetable into that plate and see what happens. We just want to see. We just want to see.
Yeah, technically the Bible says 10% of your crop.
Yep. It has nothing to do.
Bring about a quarter ounce and put it in the plate. This is part of my harvest.
Money. Nothing to do
no,
with
real talk, when I went to church and I was baptized maybe 8 years ago, it was a short time ago, I'd even tithe my food stamps. I'd go to Sam's Club and buy a bunch of ramens and bread and stuff and bring it for the church. I tithe my food stamps. I tithe everything. Anything that came to me, I gave 10% to the church.
We give 10% right off the bat. What you mean? Gotta give it to God first.
The queen has officially reached the building. Come on in.
King, I'm so sorry, guys. Hey, everyone. Good morning. I usually greet him a little bit more nicer, but now that I know we're on. Hey, King. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So okay. We don't even have no real specific topic right now.
Oh man.
We just literally I'm waiting on some people in there to throw some questions at me, but they so turned up and laughing at the conversation that I guess nobody won't know anything.
Were you guys in here making jokes? Why do I always miss the jokes? Yeah. I always miss the jokes.
My church used to do that too. Pass the plate around again. Look, we showed on the light bill this month. Can you go ahead and give a little?
What I can do though, I do have a topic driving to work and listening to a few of my friends talk and everything. King, I just want to say this, men, and it's going to be a little bit derogatory, but your dick is not going to be the end-all, heal-all for everybody. It's just not. So
it is for some.
No, it's not. It's really not for no women out here. I mean, for real, we're in 2021. Stop thinking that that's something you want to offer somebody when they're going through something. Because I'm the first one to tell you, I'm not interested. It's not going to help me. It's not going to solve anything. It actually will make me a little bit more cloudier, I think, in the vision if you're not here for nothing other than that. So stop interrupting us women that are really just out here for other stuff besides worrying about what you got between your legs, because some of us just don't care. So that was mine for today.
You had a rough ride to work this morning.
P.S. Some public service announcement to all you ladies that get them dick pics in your inbox.
Yeah,
you can actually have them charged with sexual harassment and have them convicted, and then there'll be a sexual register. Right. Registered.
Right. Well, first of all, I get them consistently, and everybody knows I'm not lying. But number two is that we're just not interested. There are some women out here that just want to heal in a healthy manner, and looking at your stuff between you is not going to help, and I don't want it. So that's just for all you men out there that's offering, just to come and hang out and cuddle and hold me through my hard time. No, I don't need that.
What you do is send the pics back to the.
No, I say if you want to help me through my hard time, I got a Cash App if you really want to know what I want. I'm just saying, Cash App is going to help me quicker than your stuff between your legs, because it usually comes with their own baggage. I don't want your baggage. I got my own. So you're not just coming with that. You coming with your bag. You're probably your girlfriend you got that you're hiding, and your wife that's waiting for you at home with those 7 kids. So stop playing with me. I'm sorry, King. I just had to. The amount of support I got this morning from these men was just,
It's actually a crime. I keep saying that. That is
I actually don't,
harassment.
and not everybody appreciates it.
They could go to jail for that.
So what I want to say is this: to all you women that actually made it okay for these men to think that they can give us $40 or throw us $40,
no, sorry now.
Wait. Or tell me something like, oh, you're beautiful, or hey, beautiful, and think that that's an initiation of a conversation, or you've done something for me. You haven't. You can keep all that misinterpretation that those young girls have put on you, because I'm a grown woman. I need grown men to deal with me, not these young boys to think that between their legs is going to solve my problems. It's not. I'm way past that. My mind, my intellect, I'm way past that. So that might work for these young girls that ain't got nothing, that are impressed by you saying, hey, you want me to come give you a hug? No, I don't. Now give me some words of wisdom, or tell me something that's going to lead me to God. Maybe I'll listen. So I'm sorry, King. It was just weighing on me, and I appreciate everybody's support through my time of crisis, but. I much appreciate my conversations with King and 420 and my friend over here where we talking about God and prioritizing and building our families. in a non-toxic manner. I get more from that than I do, like I said, looking at your picture.
Do any of them use filters?
I don't even know because I just look and I really just send them to friends and we laugh about them, FYI.
Yeah, for y'all idiots out there that don't know, women do that.
Yeah, we really
Whether
do.
you know you or not. You could be with a woman for 20 years, she's sharing the picture.
Well, no. Let me tell you something. We won't do as grown women. We don't share what we really care about now. We don't share it. We don't partake in none of that. And everybody running out here saying, let's have threesomes. Don't get fooled, ladies. Don't let nobody talk you into that bull crap. If a man don't want to just be with you, and I'm not saying that he can't be with another woman at another time or whatever. What I'm saying is this: to introduce a woman into your bedroom to satisfy your needs, you don't even have those type of needs. Stop playing. Stop playing. So a lot of times we're taking on the men's complexes and we're applying them to ourselves. If you really wanted to do all of that extra, now some women that feel like that, you got the same parts. I'm just saying. So all of this extra stuff that we're adding on to this sexuality is just way out of control. That's all I'm saying. The sexuality is way, again, going back to the father in the home.
The father ain't gonna let that shit slide, right?
No, first of all, a woman being protected by a man ain't gonna let that slide.
Not only that, I'm not gonna let my son be a ratchet dude out there doing sexual crimes.
Right. So what I'm saying is at the end of the day,
I'm not putting money on your books.
At the end of the day, that's all I'm saying. Offer the women a little bit more than your penis. I'm sorry, guys. It's just not. I get about.
At least half of them, that's all they have to offer.
Five, yeah.
They're living with the woman already.
But what I'm saying is I get that. If that's all you got to offer, I understand where you're starting from. But start from that point and then just go upward. Start from there and just start going upward to your brain. That's right, in your hands. Those things work too. Go and get a job. So that's, and quit sleeping on her couch.
Or use your hands to relieve yourself and then go get a job.
No, I don't. Sometimes hold it in. You might need that energy. That's why my point is. You need that energy to go work. You want to waste it on everybody else, go waste it on your paycheck. I'm sorry, King. I'm just saying. But it was a good morning, though. I really did have a good morning. I just didn't have my coffee yet.
I need y'all to understand.
I'm sorry. I don't even want to look at the comments, guys. I'm sorry. My mouth was really bad this morning, too, so I'm sorry.
You got the women riled up in here.
Well, it's not even riled up. It's that they really understand as being a woman. I'm talking to women. I'm not talking to girls. I'm not talking to anybody that needs $40. I'm not talking about the girl that's worrying about her hair being done or her boobies being bigger and her brain is small. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the ones out here busting their butts trying to provide for their families and raise healthy children in a toxic society.
So
that's it.
I'm placing the crown. I had to take the crown off for the conversation we're about to get into, because the kingliness just went out the window. Just went out the window.
I'm sorry.
All right. So it's King Naib. King Naib has officially left the building.
Okay. Sometimes he gotta leave, though. Sometimes he gotta leave. We need, you know what I'm saying? We need us.
Has officially left the building, and y'all about to see that other side of me right now.
Yeah.
Right, literally.
You can see and hear more of it tonight.
Yeah, we are gonna be at the show. We are.
You'll see King. He'll be back later on tonight.
It just got hot in here, ladies, and the heat ain't even on.
So, fellas, oh my goodness. And I know a lot of people that do stuff of this particular nature.
What I'm saying is, am I far off, King?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
I literally, I know people. I have associates that do things of this particular nature. Mm-hmm. And the worst thing that you can do to any woman,
let's get them started,
is literally try and take advantage of them when they're vulnerable. Mm-hmm. For me, I look at that no different than I look at a date rape drug, things of that particular nature. Because from a psyche standpoint, they are not where they're supposed to be at. All that tells me is that you don't have enough within you to be able to do what it is that you're trying to do without trying to catch them in a vulnerable state. That's what that tells me, which means that you fall into the classification of being an underdeveloped man. Period.
You're being so nice, King, this morning. Underdeveloped. Oh, that's right. That's what we calling y'all. Okay, right. Underdeveloped.
You know, we still
No,
gotta
it's
keep
true.
it
It's
clean.
true. You're
We
right.
still gotta keep
You're
it
right.
clean.
And
You know what I'm
that's the
saying? I
thing
can't
about
say
it.
what it is that I want to say.
No, but you're right.
Whatnot, you know, and
Wording is
I get
everything.
on my brothers, my 18 brothers about it. So I gotta make sure that, you know, I do the exact same thing. But it's not right. At the end of the day, it's not. And quite frankly, I have 4 daughters, and I can only speculate to what would happen to you if you was to do that to one of my daughters. Because now what has happened is that, okay, you caught them in a vulnerable state. You got what it is that you want. You're gone. Now whatever stress it was that they had before you got there,
Triple.
you just added to it. Because now they're feeling some type of way, because normally they wouldn't have done that to begin with. To begin with. And I know how y'all, trust me, I done been down that road. Not in that manner, but I done been down that road.
Mm-hmm.
Let me hold you for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Come here, just put your head in my chest.
It's gonna be much better. I can make it better. I promise I can. You know.
This is
promises.
not monster ball rather. She is not trying to get you to make her feel better. Not in that manner. All them let me put the head in niggas. Excuse my language.
Okay now. Okay now, King.
I'm so serious. But at the same time, ladies, I need y'all to be strong. Need y'all to become stronger. Or at least have that support system that you can actually call on. Besides that joker. And this, man, I be trying to explain this thing so much in reference to the whole male and female relationship in reference to us being friends. Don't get me wrong. I believe that we have the ability to be friends. We're just not meant to be. We're just not meant to be. Can we? We sure can. But we're not meant to be. Because guess what? I can't control the feelings of anybody. And every relationship is built on the exact same thing. So yeah, I might look at you as a friend, or she might look at me as a friend. But that does not mean that somewhere down the line, that one of them is not going to want something deeper. And you have both men and women, because y'all not innocent either.
No. I mean, and I, you know what, King? I didn't even want to come in there like that. My point is this. Leave us alone if we don't want to be disturbed and you ain't here to really do anything. Just let us be. Because there are women out here that don't want to be bothered with just a hangout here and there. There are women out here that's really trying to save ourselves for the bigger picture. So when you come in my inbox, you're jumping in for a moment. Save that moment for one of those young girls that need that moment. I need a lifetime, a long process. So if that's what you're doing, and it's different. I got so many friends calling me like, lady, you good? You good? Like, King, that's different. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about, you know who you are. Y'all men know what you're doing. Stop playing.
Matter of fact, let me, I ain't gonna put you, I'm not gonna say put you on game, because I don't like playing games.
Yeah, at all.
Or not, but let me give you a few nuggets. You can only imagine what would happen, right? Even if that was your intentions in going over there. If you had enough self-control to wait, even if she was the one to initiate.
But
To
King,
wait.
is that even a time though? I'm asking the males. Like, I know you guys aren't good at time at all and just referencing and all of that, but is there any time that a man can just see a woman and just want to, you know what I'm saying? Just, hey, sis, you good. You don't always have to, and that's all I'm saying is, if you're not ready to disturb her process, don't interrupt it. That's all I'm asking.
This is the reason why I'm saying the ability to be able to wait. I believe, and you correct me if I'm wrong, if you are in that vulnerable state, or whatnot, and even if she is the one to initiate, if you have enough willpower to sit back and wait, it looks as you ain't thinking clearly right now. Typically, I would do this, but you're not in the right state right now. This is not how I want this from you. I see so much more in you. There's so much more that I want from you besides your body. Wouldn't that be received?
Listen,
and you
ladies,
have more respect.
instead of your body, not your body, your brain. He's actually talking to your mind now.
It would mean so much more.
I agree.
You can state your intentions and do it in a respectful manner.
And you know what you're doing? You're making the woman look like and examine how she deals with men. Because if a woman's going to a man seeking that type of comfort and all of that, and she can't find it within herself first, she got some things going on. And that's okay. Because we weren't taught how to handle things ourselves. We were always taught that man was going to help us, feed us, clothe us, breathe for us. But that's not always the case, baby girl. Sometimes you got to do it yourself. And you got to be strong enough for those moments. And again, you get a friend like that, that helps you evaluate who you are. And you can step back and say, whoa, yeah, wait a minute. Is this how I seek my comfort? Is this how I'm seeking this for real, for real? There's a lot of things that a comment like that would make the woman have to reflect on herself and look at. That I promise you. Because she would, first of all, she would feel bad and humbled. Because usually when a woman goes on to a man these days and times, he accepts it. It doesn't even matter. And a lot of you women know what I'm talking about. That's why women don't trust women out here. And that's the reality. Yeah. Sorry, King.
From all that though, the crazy thing is how some of the times there's no saying that, oh, it's okay for it, but a lot of guys get a different reaction from saying that to different women, because there's so many of them that accept
wounded,
that, and that's what they've been accustomed to.
Toxic.
So now
it's the circle has started
exactly.
again. It's the toxic circle,
so
right?
I understand it, having been bad with the men, but if they don't talk like that sometimes, then they won't get what they, you know what I'm saying? It's
what
like
they
crazy.
really craving
and
in here.
And it's so crazy. I mean, but I definitely understand both sides. As like, you need to change the whole aspect.
The whole narrative. We need to change our whole narrative in our families.
Exactly. We need to.
I literally have seen good, respectable men be turned away because they were looked at as being creepy,
or weak, or a wimp, or I mean, we let's be real. Let's be real. You know, and that's just again.
And the crazy thing is, they always saying how they want, what they want, like that fairy tale type of guy.
That Prince Charming.
I want a guy that's doing this, got good credit. He ain't never did this, he ain't never did that. But when that guy actually right there.
Now, you know why I can't say that's true, because there are like 50% marriages. There's people working out here. There are women that do say what they want. There are men that do say what they want. They're in healthy, natural relationships, of course. We're only talking about in singling out our groups that I'm referring to, myself included. So there are beautiful, healthy relationships out there. I have friends that are this woman can tell her husband exactly what she wants, and he gives her what she needs, and she gives him the respect that he needs, and he gives her the needs. Like so we're out here, but I'm talking about us that are really damaged, myself included. Those that are trying to seek some type of healing other than the music, the clubs, the drinking, and the men. I want something else. So I'm past that now. I'm at it. I think I've just, with all this not tragedy, just lessons in my life that God has given me. I'm reflecting a lot more, and I'm listening a lot more.
I think we as men at the same time, we need to put more value on our tool.
Yeah. That's what I say. Don't, man. If you think we do it for $40, y'all just get a phone call, and y'all be right over.
I'm already knowing.
And I'm just saying, and it's not that it's funny or it's not funny. It's really not funny because how do you men feel? Like, I've never asked a man what it feels like to be a hoe. Like, you've with multiple women, because some of them are my friends. Like, we've had conversations about men that slept with like 3 of my friends in a circle. Like, and we joked about it, and my homegirl's like, oh, I'm next. You know, like, really, like, but what are you men going through where you can't even stay with a woman long enough to even solidify the stuff coming out that you just released? You up and up. So what's going on with our men as well? Again, it's a toxic cycle. You know, where are we going to fix this? Where are we going to stop and say, this is enough?
Okay.
Because look at the men.
So I'm about to have another one of those vulnerable moments.
Okay.
Now y'all gonna have to excuse me, and I hope don't nobody look at me differently. Seriously. But my hope is that you learn from my experience and don't have to deal with it at the same time.
I mean,
But I was as a youngin, molested, and I battled for years, fighting against the thought of being gay, being considered to be gay. I knew I wasn't or not, but it did something to my manhood. So I ran through females like it wasn't anything. Anytime I felt
your manhood challenged.
it was on the cracking. I was on the hunt.
Wow.
I was on the hunt.
Wow.
And it went on like that for years. I'm talking about, it wasn't until just before I met my wife now that I really, really, truly received healing from that. Understanding. That's, if you want to know where the epiphany came from, a man cannot become a man until he first realizes he's a man. That is part of the root. Because you have several of us that have been through it.
And men don't even tell their stories. I can't even look at you and see something like that. And then how many other men, King, that are doing got the same type of behavior that you deal with? That's what I'm saying. It ain't like we're coming up with new behavior. This is recycled behavior. Yep. So we know what's going on in our communities with the women, the men. We have to get uncomfortable. Like myself, we have to start doing things that we normally don't want to do, but it's the betterment of the community, it's the betterment of our families, it's the betterment of society that we have to do. And I want to still go out and crank up but when I'm looking at my children, my 6 daughters, I got 6 of them, and they're beautiful, and I have to look at them in a toxic world and try to have them healthy, and I think they're going to be with healthy men who aren't given the same as my daughters. So it's a cycle, and then they learn again. They might go into something where they got counseling, they're healthy, but he's not. He might be at your stage where he's just running through because he's hurt. He got wounds that you don't even want to discuss.
Yep. Yep. I'm sorry.
And how many other men, King?
The thing about it is, each of us respond differently. You have some that just simply don't care. At the very least, I thought I was caring. Because matter of fact, I called it Queen for the Moment.
No, you still trying to do that,
Queen
King.
for the moment.
She's Lady the Queen, she the Queen, that girl there the Queen. You ain't right now, this place.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. I'd be honest. I went off of honesty. I'm not looking for no relationship, or not. We can chill. If it goes any further, anything of that particular nature is all on you. But don't sit back and try and wait me out, because it's not going to happen. But when you're in my presence, you have my undivided attention.
And the moment you accept that, women, that's why we in our predicament. Because you accepted a man telling you he wasn't giving you nothing, really. Not emotionally, not physically, a little bit physically, not mentally, and you was okay with that, and you accepted it. No, I don't want it. That's why. That's why. Again, go back with us. Looking at being so broken as a woman, taking a man, being honest, because I've had a few men be honest, just like that. Lady, I only want this, this, and this. And because I was so broke, I agreed to it. And I really made it hard for the next woman that wanted something more. Because I made that man feel like that was okay. Sure. You bought me you smoked a blunt with me and drank a 40? Yeah, you're mine for the night. Like.
And I watched it. I watched weeks, months go by, and I watched the feelings and stuff build and grow. Which is the reason why I say that Prince Charming complex that y'all have is dangerous. It's dangerous because that's what I played on. That's literally what I played on. When I say you have my undivided attention, you have my undivided attention. Whatever it was that you doggone needed in that moment, in order for me to get what it was that I needed, you got it. You got it.
Yeah.
I done sat back and literally had one person in the tub that morning, then that afternoon, and that
Yeah, tell
evening.
it, speak it, tell it.
Don't look over here.
Exact same thing.
And the thing about it, King, is that at the end of the day, it's not us downing anybody, downing the women or the men. It's
No.
not, because I'm one of those women. So I'm not gonna. What I'm going to do is though, give you real scenarios and say like, let's find something different to deal with it. Like this whole, with me going through something, and it was like it was heartbreaking, and my first instinct was find somebody and get a hug and lay up on him and have him pretend I'm his or whatever for a couple of days and be done. That's a learned behavior.
Petty.
Yeah, I'm petty. I'm super petty. And I'm telling it, and with no cares. That's how you know I gives no cares. I'm telling
Whoever it was, I feel sorry.
Hey, you so wrong for that.
I'm sorry.
But my point is this: women can play that game too, but it's so damaging on us, and that's my point. I've damaged myself more with that mental game of, oh, that's okay, I'm just here for this, than I have with just waiting and not being bothered. And that's what I'm telling you, I'm learning. So as I'm going through this process of evolving and becoming something better for my community, my family, my children, the realization is one of the number one, it's got to be a factor in growth.
Yeah.
So I trying to do different stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of running to, whoever or whatever is comfortable and convenient. A lot of times it's convenient.
We just have to put more value.
You gotta put more value
on ourselves.
I promise.
Both men
That's
and
it.
the women.
There it is.
Men, and before you go in there and plant your seed, evaluate.
See if it's even ready to be plowed yet. Okay? Because sometimes them girls is not ready, and you opening up a whole field you can't even control.
Exactly.
You can't do it.
Ask yourself, what type of person is she? What type of wife would she be?
Now,
type
do you
of mother would she
guys,
be?
I know you guys don't ask yourself that every person you hit up on Facebook, or not you so much, King, but what I'm saying is, like, I know, is that what you guys ask yourself? Like,
No, this is what I'm saying. We need.
Oh, because I was gonna
This
say,
is what I'm
I
saying.
don't.
We
Some of
need
those questions, I'm looking at the person he's with and be like, he didn't ask none of those
No,
questions.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The first thing that we're going to look at is the physical.
That's
Anybody
what
that
everybody
tells
says.
you anything different, they are lying. Oh, I just like
I
your
said that
energy. I just like your
24/7. You
mind.
can't know all that unless you see the person.
How am I supposed to know that? And I only been around you 30 seconds.
First thing to make
Now,
you
don't get me
come up
wrong. I
to
do
you,
believe in
come up.
energy and things of that particular nature, and I've seen it. I felt it myself. But that's just the drawing piece. You still need to investigate. You still need to investigate.
And we can even start there with the clothing. It's a line of respect.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you first of all, don't ask for respect when your titties is out and your ass is out. It's not gonna happen. I don't care. So what? You done heard it. I said it. And I'll be the first one to be like, I'll be the first one trying to do it and to be cute for attention. And I'm just being honest, because this is what this is about. Attention. Ladies, try to find it another way. The same attention I was looking for wearing those tight clothes, my ass out, all that, is the same attention I get now, but I get it with respect. I get the same amount of attention. I get it with respect now, though.
Yeah.
Because now I'm running things a little different. So I'm thinking a little different. So he's approaching me and he's talking to me a little different. And now I'm expecting that. So those 5 pictures that came today from people who's trying to comfort me, I'm not playing that no more. So now you're going to hear about it. And it's really just that
You
simple.
gotta change.
It is. And you have to be abrupt with it, some of us. Be abrupt with it. Literally change the way you dress. And I'm not saying everybody's perfect. I'm not saying I might not come out and, something different. But what I'm saying is I'm just not putting myself in predicaments anymore that I can expect the outcome. I'm just not doing it.
This is true. And it all goes back to respecting ourselves, placing value on ourselves.
So these women that say it's freedom of speech, I can wear this, I can do this, you can. You got full right. But why present yourself? You see, that's the thing about it. We don't feel like we brand ourselves. You're the brand of you, you're the brand of me, I'm the brand of me, you're the brand of you, all that fun stuff. So
Sexy is not nudity. It's how you carry yourself.
yeah, it's different. And that's another
I've seen
thing.
fully, man, Muslim women.
All the
There's
time.
some bad ones in full garb. You be
Full
like,
garments.
holy.
We still get it taught. So what I'm saying is that just change your narrative.
You don't have to be naked.
Yep. Just change your narrative. Just change one thing a day about you. Even if you look in the mirror and you tell yourself you love yourself.
And in reality, we're happy with you in sweatpants and a wife beater and a ponytail.
Yeah, that's what they say. But you don't be liking those pictures. See, that's another thing. We confused. Because that's what you say. But then when you see, what's her name over here shaking that boo-boo, all the breast out booty, y'all pushing like. So it's like women get confused just like men. You know what I mean? And then if you want that, why don't y'all be the first ones to scream it? Stop, girl, put some clothes on. I don't hear no men saying that. It's always the women.
I tell you what, I'm gonna scream it tonight.
T-shirts, like
I'm gonna
everything
scream
jiggle.
it tonight.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I will say is, you know, my thought process on a lot of this stuff is a tad bit different. You know what I'm saying? I believe in things that the average individual really doesn't. Type of deal. So, when it comes down to certain some of these things, I see it differently. I just do. You know, so when it come down to this, what 420 said is true. You can put on a doggone tank top, some sweatpants, no makeup, and we are just fine. Personally, I prefer it that way.
Personally, yes. And look, the crazy thing is,
But meanwhile,
I got
on the gram,
I got a text that I have sent to somebody on Facebook where I told them, I mean, girl, always dress provocatively. Always. Always. I was like, man, maybe if you just put some clothes on, a little bit more on, you'll get more likes than what you get. I never thought in a million years that they would even respond, or she was even paying attention to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because I never hit like when
It wasn't like
I don't. Next thing you know, 2 days later, I just happen to be on Facebook. Now, I'm not one to be on Facebook at all. I might do 3 posts a year.
Because women don't get it. We look at them women.
She had changed. She changed the way she was dressing. It was getting way more likes. And she didn't realize. I'm like, somebody. There's so many girls out here doing that now. Hopefully, the way people start thinking will change.
And dying from it.
They
dying.
We don't look at them as wifey material like that. We look at them as play toys.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for
you got to change your
for now.
process if you want
Women later
change.
on.
You know what I mean?
Later on.
You got to do that.
Yeah, but the thought process is completely different. Completely different. What up, Gaddafi?
Gaddafi's in the house. I haven't seen my friend in so long. I'm so happy to see him.
Cream show is here.
Yes, I'm so happy to see him.
Man, that's the whole crew that's gonna be with us tonight.
Okay,
Boy,
we
it's
are.
about to be
When we turn.
cracking tonight.
We're gonna be
Y'all
up
just-
in
Hey,
there.
look, Club Tilt tonight. We starting at 5. Now that's when the book
Tony
signing
Exum
has-
Jr. is going to be there doing
Yes.
the saxophone stuff. He's fire.
Yes.
So shout out to you for that. Appreciate that.
Definitely, we got the imbalanced dancers that's gonna be.
I heard. We got some
introducing
stuff
me,
going.
Now make sure you come out in your royal best because we're gonna be passing out a couple of duckies for those that are best dressed. Matter of fact, I'm going to pick it up a little bit later on today.
I'm scared.
We
I'm
got
scared.
something. We got something, but we're gonna pick this conversation up later on tonight. I'm so serious because we definitely gonna conversate with the people. But like I was saying, the thought process is completely different. We prefer you in the natural. I want to see what you're gonna look like when you wake up in the morning. I'm so serious.
So the pressure's coming from women to be the perfect woman?
No, it's not.
And it's
about-
not even perfect because there's so much pressure out here.
No, it's nothing like that. I have seen monsters become. I've seen Shrek become a real person through makeup. I'm so serious.
Man, listen.
I'm so serious. I've watched the videos on Facebook, and they take this person that to some people would be unattractive, but I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there
that
that will
what I
love
say.
them just
They'll love you to
love
death.
them just the way they
Yes.
are, right? And then they put all this makeup on, and they look like a completely, totally different individual. That ain't cool to me at all. Now I'm not saying you can't wear no makeup. You can do a little beats on that particular nature, but I want to see you. Even when it come down to I don't care if you got a little ponytail that sit right here. Let me see it.
There's a guy that sued his wife and won because she was one of them that wore makeup, and he finally seen her without makeup. He sued her. He's like, I ain't married this thing. What the fuck?
But listen, and to be all fair, there are times where like a woman, you know, not that that's her whole confidence, but she might need makeup or apply something to her face. But the point is, love yourself before that. That's
Please.
all we're saying. Love yourself. Love yourself before the makeup, before the butt, before the breast, before the lips, before the eyebrows, before the nose change, before the earrings change, before the lips and legs change. Love yourself first. Love
That's why they did it,
yourself
self-hatred.
first. And don't and guess what? Start by nobody, even though you ain't gotta share this with nobody, sis. Go in the mirror and talk to yourself. Go in the mirror, nobody's around, just you and God. Just you and God. You don't need anybody else. Everybody else is just noise. It's just noise. Until you figure out who you are with yourself and how you gotta lead your family. And if that's under a man, then that's what it is. Again, complimenting each other. Not commands, complimenting. So I'm pleading to all the women out there struggling. I'm pleading to all the women out there that know they're worth something and that have men and women abuse them. Okay, because it ain't just men. A lot of us have been abused by our own people. I'm talking about women. Tell you you're not good enough. Your butt's too small. Girl, you don't walk right. Your lips are too small. You look like a white woman with no chest. All of it. All of the things we say. Throw all of that stuff out, sis. Don't listen to nothing else. Just quietness, you and yourself and God. And start there.
Love yourself.
I promise.
And you will draw someone to love you.
Yeah. Looking like Shrek and all, because I look like Shrek sometimes in the mornings. I'm not even going front.
real.
So it's like that.
For real.
So,
For real. It is what it is. Everybody don't like me.
what?
For real. I'm just serious. Everybody has their own cup of tea.
True.
Own cup of tea. And the reason why I say tea is because with coffee you can add so much stuff to it that it don't look the same. So I'm gonna say tea. Everybody has their own cup of tea, man. Go find it.
Go find it.
But since I know I'm gonna be controversial tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and before we go into these final thoughts, I'm gonna be controversial right now.
Oh, we love that though. We here for that. No,
Ladies, I'm gonna tell you this right here. There is a man out there for each and every last one of you. But the reality that you need to realize is this. That man might be married. But that's a conversation for another day.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up, like it just.
I knew my wife was with another fraud.
Oh, here we go. You are not having this conversation with Gaddafi in the building. We are not having this with Gaddafi in the building. You did not know.
Hot boy summer
We
is
about
on.
to go. We about to go up. Hey, look.
Okay. Not with Gaddafi.
Club tip tonight.
We gonna all be there.
It's going up.
We are.
telling you. Club tip tonight. It's
I might
going up.
find my future ex-wife.
Oh Lord. But don't worry if you married to somebody.
If you married, you ain't married.
Oh Lord.
What I just heard. New rules around here.
We're done. We're done. That's not true. Don't listen to Gaddafi. Oh, God.
Shit. I knew the song was out for a
man.
reason.
No, seriously though. We're gonna get into it though. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna turn up tonight.
Oh,
and
my
we're gonna
goodness.
have fun. Cause I'm gonna be on the 100. I'm gonna be on the 100. I ain't gotta worry about paying no bills. I ain't gotta worry about censoring or anything of that particular nature. We gonna be all.
Oh, you gonna be
the
grown
way.
tonight. He put the bills, when grown people talk about they pay bills and the bills is paid, they turn it up. That means we no whole bars. Just FYI.
You're
When
not
grown
gonna
people talk
wanna
about.
miss it.
When we start talking about the bills we pay and how we not playing, yeah, it's serious.
You're not going to want to miss it. Can I Be the Man? A letter from us to you. If you haven't purchased the book already, go ahead, go
Tap
get
in, tap
it.
in, tap
If you're
in.
in Colorado Springs and don't have it, I will have them tonight. I'm going to be out there signing, taking pictures, the whole nine. Get there. Be there at least by 5.
Wear your best, ladies, and whatever that is, whatever you feel like that is, sis, go pull it out, get dressed, let's go, let's have a good
The
time.
royal best. We talking grown and sexy, baby. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Just right here. Tonight, till. Meet us there, 5 o'clock, book signing.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the way. We're gonna skip the final thoughts, everything.
Why? No,
Yeah.
King, you got final thoughts. Go ahead. We need those things. Go ahead, bring it to an end. Because everybody's still talking about that other comment you just made about the wives stuff. We still on that. We still on that. I'm still like, yeah.
What?
Yeah, that part.
It's coming. We're gonna have a whole series on that. Whole series.
Am I gonna be still sitting? Can I be part of that conversation?
Yeah, you should.
Oh, okay.
I need you.
Don't try to do it on the day I'm not here.
I
though,
need
King.
you to be. I need you to be.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going live tonight. We're gonna go live. The live will start at 5 and it will roll all the way until probably about 9 o'clock. Or whatnot. So I'm shutting Club Tilt down. I'm gonna be there all night. I can't speak for everybody else. Officially it'll be over at 8 o'clock. But I will be there for the rest of the night. So I'm shutting it down.
No, we should. Okay.
And it ain't often I get to go out and shut anything down.
Oh,
So
that's right. The king out here making moves.
we about to. But yeah, I need you
All
to be a
right.
part of that conversation.
Definitely are.
Because you know, it is what it is.
Well,
I know I just made a few people angry.
you made him inquisitive. Everybody wants to know what you're talking about. Trust me on that one.
Yeah,
They want to know
I
exactly.
tell you what, you made my soul smile.
Anyway, the doctor's still talking about which baby mama he taking home tonight. No, we're not
You
listening
need
to
this
that.
baby mama, mind your business.
I'm just saying, if you want to know what I'm talking about, then go
See you
get
tonight.
the book and read the taboo.
Yes.
Read the taboo, or you can come out tonight and join us tonight because I assure you it's going to come up.
It is.
It's going to come up.
Oh, wow.
I'm prepping myself for it now. I'm prepping
Hey,
myself
but why
for
do you
it.
want to? Oh, why do you want such a controversial conversation when we're trying to do something like
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Why? No,
Hey,
okay. What if people
turn
losing
her
it?
camera off, Alan Portuosi.
Be quiet. Don't That's why I hate being the only girl in here sometimes. I
The
promise
thing
you.
about it is, and this is gonna be my final thoughts right here. This is gonna be my final.
Don't try to go out with something. Don't try it, King. Don't try it. I see it. No, there's no and final thought after I get one. Darn it. I'll pull it right now. No, I'm just playing.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
You
I want to
got
hear
it.
it. No,
You
no,
got
no.
it.
I really
I'm
don't.
trying to hear this shit. You keep calling my goddamn phone.
So, the reality is this, right? We come from a culture where having multiple wives
I agree with it.
was a standard.
But I'm fair. I knew I was.
There are some men out here that are simply built to be monogamous, and there are others that are not.
Okay, that's fair. I can deal with that. I can deal with there are men that are monogamous and there are men that are polygamous. I can deal with that.
So when I make the statement of that there's a man out there for each and every last one of you, but the reality
I
of it is,
cannot. I'm done.
the reality of it is that man just might be married.
So the man for somebody out here that's single might be a married man.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell the crown at? You see me with Tim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You see me
I'm so
and I got
speechless.
my Tim
Oh
Rollins
my
business.
God, I
Mind
cannot. Here
your
comes the doc.
business, okay?
Here, I'm
That's all
I
I'm
want
trying
you to
say.
think
I knew
about it like
okay
this.
for me to
And I
have
know.
it. You know what I'm saying? I tell all my hoes. I talk to all y'all.
I want
at
y'all
the
to
same
think about
time.
this. I want you to think about this as well too. I want you to think about this as well.
When you get home,
Right?
tell your girls, okay. I got this. Raise
No,
your girl.
Naib, you gonna get people in trouble.
It's all right, Alan Portuosi.
I just want, literally, just for a second. I know some of y'all are reeling right now. It's okay though. It's okay. With this comes responsibility. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because me, being a married man, right? If it was just about the physical, guess what? As much as I travel and things of this particular nature, I could go out here and quench my physical needs, and my wife would never know anything about it.
Mm-hmm. Men do it all the time.
Which is the reason why you didn't hear me say side pieces, mistresses, or anything of that particular nature. I said wife.
And let me help this go down a little bit, ladies, because it's a little bit rough. Me being Muslim, I definitely understand the polygamy lifestyle. I've been in it. I've been a first wife and I've been a second wife. So I've been in both positions. So I understand what you're saying. It becomes hard when a woman doesn't have a stable grounding and she doesn't have something that she believes in other than herself or the man she's sleeping with. If those are the two things, then that's a woman you can't do polygamy with. Because first of all, anytime a woman's going into a relationship where there's multiple people, there's a mindset that has to take place.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just get that $40 girl that's out here twerking and popping it and thinking you're gonna bring her home because you want to tap that booty every couple days. That's not how this works. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about rules, regulations, responsibilities, time put in, accountability,
Yep.
bills being paid. There's whole laws behind what he's explaining, and we're tipping on it lightly to get everybody understanding that these are conversations we're going to have.
Yes.
But the reality is that this is something that really, in our community and in our societies, if there were men that were already established fathers, already grown men, already been through this already with a family, and know how to raise families, I can see where a few ladies need help. I can definitely see that. I can see where a woman might not want a man in her house every day, all day, because some of us get to a point where we're old. We don't need all that. I don't need all that. I need just what I need. And another woman might need that. So when you start, you got to break it down, though, psychologically. Yes. There's got to be, these women ain't nobody going for that, just going for that shit. That stuff. I'm sorry. There's reasons, there's rules, there's regulations, there's obligations. There's a lot to that. So we're just popping off with it like, hey, y'all, polygamy and all that. But when we go further into it, we're going to be fair about it. And you're going to have real fair feelings in both sides of it. Don't come into it saying, no, that's my man. I get it. I was there too. But you're not gonna understand and appreciate the reality that it brings to communities.
Yes.
And the balance that it brings to communities. And again, that's a long conversation that we gotta go into further.
Can't talk about this.
But
When you pimp though.
oh my God. Ladies, I gotta trust me. But it is what it is. Here we go.
Inbox me if you got the nerve for the curve. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about? Don't mind me. Don't watch me watch TV.
Oh man, hey look, all we doing is getting ready for the night, baby. It's about to go up.
Yeah,
But,
good energy.
But I officially, we got to close out in the King's Court, man, and make room for the Coffee and Cream morning show.
Mm-hmm.
It has been a great pleasure being able to sit down and dialogue with everybody. Before I leave, fellas, I know y'all over there doing backflips and things of that particular nature right now with the convo that we just started. But don't get too happy.
Don't.
Please don't get too happy, because when we do have that conversation, some priorities gonna be put in order, and you have to really take a good look at yourself. All right, but King's Court is official out of session.
Yeah. See
King
you
has spoken.
tonight till 5 o'clock till book signing. Grab a book. Come on, guys. Let's go. I'll see y'all there.